Healing Light takes you on a journey where you'll explore the nuances of energy. You'll visit the angelic realms and study the ancient wisdom and teachings of spirituality. We want you to reach within and discover the magnificent being that you came here to be. We help shine God's divine healing light by bringing love, light, and blessings into your world. And now, here is the host of Healing Light, Terry Van Horn.
And welcome to Healing Light. This is Terry Van Horn, and I want to welcome everyone to our program, and also thank you so much for being with us today. You know, we are so blessed to be able to have this program on On Times Radio and to work with such wonderful people who help us share our word and our information and knowledge with so many others. Now, for those who don't know me, I am considered to be sort of like a spiritual mentor and teacher. I'm also a Reiki master teacher, and I work with distant healing, color, crystal, and vibrational healing. I also do a lot of intuitive readings as well as intuitive counseling. Now, I'm also the earthly representative for a consortium of beings who call themselves the Fifth Element. Now, this really powerful group brings in some amazing messages of love and light to help us as we get through this whole ascension process for the planet. And that really has a lot to do with today's topic. Today, we're talking about energy portals. And energy portals are really special moments in time when the veil is very thin and we're able to connect more directly with our guidance on the other side. This is a perfect time for us to be able to experience oneness and to be able to connect. Now, if you want more information about me or the Fifth Element, you can go to my website at healinglightonline.com, or you can find me on Facebook, keywords Healing Light Online. So, today we're talking about the energy portal. And you know, the timing of the energies of this just incredibly powerful portal of 1111 have really been amazing. We've had so much coming our way already this year. You know, we've had the solar flares, we have had all these shifts, we've had so many things going on that, you know, you have to ask yourself, you know, can we possibly handle anything else? Well, the answer that I receive from my guides is a resounding yes, because this energy that we're getting today, and we're going to be getting over the next month until the next portal of 1212. This is going to be very, very powerful, but it's going to be filled with grace. And the whole purpose of this is to really help uplift us, but to do so with grace and ease. Now, this time is really an opportunity for us to transcend the mundane lives of limitation that we've been living here in a three-dimensional world. This is going to be our time to soar. Now, I mean, really, how do I know this? You know, there are so many people out there saying all sorts of wonderful, uplifting, energetic things. And it's like, how do you know who's really getting the information and what, why, where, when, and how? Well, this morning, I had my own epiphany with all of these energies. I will share it with you later in the hour. But what I want to do first is to touch on a few people who are really leaders in this whole energy work and connecting with spirits and guides and being able to help everyone else assimilate these energies. So I looked up some information with some of my favorite people, and I thought I would share a lot of it with you today. Because I think everyone has their own perspective of this, and everyone has their own insight. And together, we put all the puzzle pieces together to really get a cohesive amount of information. Now, the first person is Maria Lightstar. Now, she is actually a channel for the Arcturians, but the information that she has for today is really powerful, and it fits for everyone. She says that the time of seeing dreams come true has arrived, and it is accessible to everyone. This 1111 portal is an outside manifestation of the incoming energies that align magnetically to the number 1. And that's the energy of new creation and manifestation, which is also perfect because we have the new moon today in Scorpio. Now, she also says that it resonates to the number 4, which is the angelic consciousness. And that's going to help further activate all of the angelic humans that are here to assist in the ascension of the earth. Now, this energy, combined with some solar activations that we've had, which we constantly have through flares, is going to combine with the astrological alignments to help deliver some of the strongest energetic punch and energy to all of the power grids. And that's going to help us as we go through this huge shift of ages that we came here to do. Now, recently, the sun has been just going nonstop on flares, and it's been just shooting out, energy constantly. But you see, the purpose of this is to help everybody release their density. And as we start doing this, then we're going to be able to be much more prepared for this incoming evolutionary wave of energy that is reaching its peak today. Now, I have felt the buildup of this energy all week. Every day this week, there's been a headache. And it's just been, a small one that's not treatable by any medication. So I know that it's an energetic shift. It's not necessarily just a normal headache. Now, she also tells us that those who have more blockages in their chakra system are going to have these frequently light upgrades. And they're going to feel almost like they have the flu. But those who've been doing the work, the ones who are actually the light workers, the energy is just going to flow through them. And it's going to help to anchor them into the grids. And they're not going to have nearly the problem on a physical level. As a matter of fact, they're going to get a lot more clarity and self-empowerment because they're going to have a much deeper connection. Now, if you do start feeling like, you have the flu and you've got some things going on, or like the headaches that I had, don't think of it as being an illness or disease, because that is just going to drop and lower your vibrational frequency and just help you bottom out. We don't need that. Right now is the time for lifting it. So we need to set the intention to be able to assimilate these energies with grace and ease, and to just be able to accept these energies, accept this new level fully and completely with no problems. This is a chance for our physical and our spiritual self to really connect on a deeper, much, much deeper level. So we need to listen to our body and pay attention to it so that we can evolve and shift. As she tells us, it's our job to hear this message from our own body. And that's something that we need to do for ourselves. Now, another wonderful thing that she told us about these energies is that they're going to help bring cohesiveness to all the selves and will fully usher in the dropping of the veils. And that's going to be so fabulous. She tells us that each soul is going to be able to see what their frequency or consciousness allows them to see. So we're going to be able to connect on a very different level. But it's going to be a stair step. It's going to be baby steps with this process. But everything that we see could be a little bit different because we're going to see some things that we may not want to, like some corruption, some problems, some challenges in the world. But we're getting the opportunity to see that so that we can move it forward and get these things out of the way, drop these heavy negative energies and move forward. When we do that, we're going to be able to increase our vibrational frequency. And huge plus with this today is that we're going to really be able to work towards decalcifying our third eye. Once we do that, we're going to be able to see so many things. And it's going to help pierce that veil of illusion, and it's going to help us see that we are global citizens. We're not just from one country or one city or one state and the other. We are global, and we are all interconnected, and we are all one. And that's one of the really important things about this energy right now, is that it's going to help us. Now, the last thing that she's telling us is that the timelines for ascension and disclosure have been anchored, and they're now accessible to all. So others will be able to find out this information and to take it forward. This shift is going to be huge. It's already been huge, and it's going to continue to be huge. Some souls may not want to be here with these energies, and they may choose to exit at this time. So don't be surprised if they do, because they are preparing things for us on the other side, and they're helping to free us up so that we can finish things on this side. Now, when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about energy portals and how to work with these energies.
You're listening to OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at Om Times Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. Om Times Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
Hello, I'm Miriam Knight of New Consciousness Review, inviting you to my new show where I interview the rising stars of the conscious awakening. We'll explore the many faces of consciousness in action and intriguing perspectives on life, the universe, and everything in between. Join us each Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Stars Show.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of the Inspired Parenting radio show, where every week we bring you empowering information from the diverse fields of conscious parenting, education, neuroscience, consciousness, health, and metaphysics to support you in nurturing the best in your children. So if you're interested in understanding what shapes your children's minds, spirits, and hearts, join me every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and prepare to be inspired.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
You're listening to OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Hello, and welcome back to Healing Light. This is Terry Van Horn, and today we're talking about energy portals, and in particular, the fact that today is 11/11. You know, when these times come up, they make a huge difference in our lives, energetically and spiritually. So it's important that we use this energy and take advantage of this gift that the universe is sending us. Now, we talked a little bit about what one wonderful woman, Maria Lightsar, has told us about these energies. But now I want to tell you and share a little bit about what Shanta Gabriel has said. Now, the information that she has shared with us, I have to tell you that I did not see this information until just a few hours ago. Now, this may not have much importance right now, but it will later on whenever I tell you about some of the other information that I had also picked up. But what she has told us is that, today, with that energy of 1111, she calls it the most exalted moment for this year. And what she has told us is that the archangels are holding a celestial gateway open for us so that we can connect with our golden template of light. Now, this is a fifth dimensional template that is for our new crystalline light body, and it helps us to hold all of the frequencies for full divinity within our human form. Now, that right there is a lot. We've heard a little bit about the crystalline energies, the crystalline light body, but in all honesty, I thought that this was something that was going to be happening much later. That there was going to take a lot more development on, individuals' part, on my own part, to be able to connect with this. But the information that she is sharing today just really coincides with some information that I received last month. But now, as she's telling this, she tells us that when we go through this gateway, we're going to be fully supported by the angelic dimensions. So not only just our own angels, but all of the angels are helping to support us so that we can anchor this divine template into our human form. And this is the day that it's supposed to happen. Now, that doesn't mean that if you've missed it today, then, too late, you missed the boat, and, we'll see you later. That's not it. But this was the first opportunity to have this happen. I'm told that there will be additional opportunities coming up in the future to still be able to connect with this golden template. But see, what happens is when we connect with this, we are able to fully download it into our lives so that we will be actually prepared for higher dimensions. Now, she tells us that, whenever we've done all the preparation, we've been doing the light work and our spiritual work and everything, then it's really going to be exhilarating. It's going to be wonderful to step through this portal that's provided by the archangels today. She refers to it as a gateway of power. And there are very clear energies that are established on all of the different interdimensional levels. And this helps to create an alignment with our own energy system. So in doing this, we are offered an empowerment so that we can feel those higher frequencies in a very condensed moment of time today. We're going to be able to experience it. And, it can happen to anybody at any time today if you are working towards that and wanting to feel and experience those energies. But she tells us that, once we start feeling that alignment in ourselves, we're going to be changed forever. We're going to be able to claim an empowerment that we haven't been able to before. And we're going to be able to access these exalted states that are well beyond this gateway. we're going to be able to use this energy not only to bless our own lives, but we're going to be able to bless and help humanity as well. Now, this is very much in line with some of the messages that I've been receiving from the fifth element, as well as something that I experienced this morning. And again, I'll tell you about that a little bit later, but I really want you to hear these things that she has to say, because it's very much parallel to what I experienced today. And, I don't know when she wrote this, but I know I experienced it at probably about 5 a.m. this morning. Now, she's telling us about this gateway of archangels. Now, I saw it as this enormous, huge, tall, like a crystal and marble arch gateway. And she says that, today, November 11th, that golden crystalline template is activated so that it can be grounded into the new frequencies of our body. And that way we can access the pathways that have been opened by the archangels going through this portal. We have Archangel Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, and Sandalphon that are here holding the divine light in the massive pillars and columns in this gateway. And they're holding all of this just wide open for us right now to go through. She tells us that Sandalphon is holding the frequencies of the Earth's crystalline grid so that we can anchor and become familiar with the new 5D energy systems. Archangel Gabriel is holding the power of balance for the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. Now, this is going to help us to awaken here on Earth and, really understand the fact that we are one. The whole unity consciousness thing. With men, women, children, we're all one. We're all connected. Now, Archangel Michael is going to give us the courage to step up and to really reach for our highest potential as a blended divine human in the fifth dimension consciousness. And then Archangel Raphael is going to immerse us in the light of divine love. And that is going to permeate every cell of our being and bring us to the highest frequency that our human form can integrate at this time. Now, you might wonder, how do we get through this gateway? How does this happen? And, one of the things that you need to do is to just be aware. Set the intention to awaken into your own awareness. Hold that intention in your heart. And then ask your angels to come in and anchor these frequencies into your form, into your body. Now, you know that they're going to do this very gently so that they're not going to come in here and just, shock you. It'll be nice and easy. It'll be very gentle and loving. And then ask them to help you be in harmony with the new crystalline golden template as decreed by your soul's original blueprint to bring divinity into your human form. Now, during this time, make it a sacred time as you're doing this and you're asking for these things and you're connecting with your angels. Do this and visualize that gateway of power. I told you how I visualized it and how I saw it this morning, but you may see it as something different, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong. We just need to visualize this beautiful portal with our angels standing guard, holding the light open for us so that we can go through. Visualize them with their wings spread open and just this beautiful golden light shining out everywhere around. And it's just expanding all over not only the planet, but the universe. And just see these angels looking at each one that goes through the portal with a tremendous amount of love in their eyes because they know that these souls are fulfilling their divine purpose. Now, when it's your turn to walk through the gateway, hold the vision of a new life of peace and harmony on the earth. As you do this, you're going to align yourself with the forces of all creation. And you're going to reach a very high level, high vibrational frequency of unity. Now, those things that people, situations, anything in your life that does not hold with these new frequencies and cannot connect with them, they're going to fall away. You know, old frequencies, old energy systems, people who are hanging on to that, they can't handle this. They may fall away. It may be somebody that you felt was important in your life or a situation that you felt was important. But we're going to have to let it go to move forward because we can't hold on to the high and the low. But when we go through that moment of the opening of the portal, through this gateway of the archangels, we're going to awaken our divinity into the alignment with our physical form. We're going to be able to step into that 5D golden template and have a new life here on earth. And as we do that, then we can claim this for ourselves. And we can claim and hold on to these frequencies. And as we do, we're helping the rest of humanity as well as ourselves and help to elevate this earth and get it into the next dimension because we very much need that right now. But you know, the greater intention of this entire 1111 empowerment is about grounding divine energy into the depths of the earth so that the planetary evolution will prevail and that it will happen. That's the whole purpose of this. You know, we're all awakening to this. We're all moving forward. And so when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about some of the things we'll be able to do and accomplish after we go through this gateway and
You're listening to OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake. Join Elliot Jollish, the business therapist, each Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Elliot Jollish Hour as he interviews business experts on your behalf. And you're invited to email your business questions to questions@ecjgroup.com for answers, live, on air every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Elliot Jollish Hour.
Circle of Hearts Radio is a sanctuary on the airwaves. Join me, Grandmother Elia, in the circle on Sunday 2 p.m. Eastern as I share information to both enlighten and nourish your soul.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. Om Times Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single Om Times endeavor. Host your show with Om Times Radio Network.
You're listening to OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Welcome back to Healing Light with Terry Van Horn. Today we're talking about the all-important 1111 portal that's happening today and all of the amazing energies that are coming through. Now, we were just talking about a beautiful message that Shanta Gabriel had posted and given out to share with others. And it was all about this amazing gateway that the angels and the archangels were holding open for us so that we could step in to a new light body and really connect with the fifth dimension energies. Now, as she was telling us, the more people who awaken and go through this gateway or this portal, then unity consciousness is going to be the number one thing in the hearts of humanity. Think about that for a moment. How powerful is that? This is one of those things where we could have a spontaneous evolution if enough people take that step and move forward today. This is something that could really help us, just jumpstart us into getting into that fifth dimension, because we need to do that. But as we go through this gateway, we are going to experience a tremendous flow of divine love. It's coming from the universe, and it's coming from our archangels. As these veils part and it gets thinner and we can connect much more deeply, we're going to have a whole new clarity. We're going to be able to connect on a spiritual level like we've never done before. All those people that you thought in the past, gosh, I wish I could connect like they did, you're going to. And it's not going to be that difficult because the information just comes through and it flows in very powerful waves. I've experienced this all day long today, and it's been amazing. But what we need to do with this energy, this ability, and of course, this tremendous sense of divine love and unity, is that we really need to work and pray for planetary well-being, not only for the earth to heal where it's been wounded and injured from destructive forces with humanity. We need to pray for the plants, the trees. They give us food, they give us oxygen, they help purify our water. They're important. We need them. We don't need to go around bulldozing everything down. Pray for the waters. We need oceans that are clean and pure so that all of our brothers and sisters in the oceans will be able to live happy, strong, and productive lives. And we need clean water here on land so that everyone can have plenty of life-sustaining water to drink. We need to pray for the health of our food, so that it doesn't have all of these GMOs. It doesn't have all the chemicals and things in it so that we can be stronger and healthier. And we need to pray for each other. Pray that, we start all feeling this unity consciousness. If nothing else, pray that all humanity starts going colorblind so that we don't see color and we don't think of each other differently, that we accept and love each other as the brothers and sisters that we are. These are the things that we need to help and pray for. This is the purpose of us moving forward at this time, so that we can lead the way and help heal the earth. We need to also pray to heal the air. We need to pray to heal the other planets in the solar system and our sun. Our sun has been going crazy with all of these flares. And now I understand that there are like holes in it or something. We need to pray for that so that everything stays in perfect balance, including our magnetic field. When we go through this gateway and these energies today, and actually for the next probably 30 days, we're going to experience a release of pressure. Our body is going to feel like it's been compressed, and then all of a sudden it's relaxed. Think about what it's like when you're anticipating doing something, and the anticipation's building, and you're getting tenser, you're getting a little bit more stressed, and then finally it's time to go and it's time to start. And the stress melts away because now you can go. You don't have to wait anymore. That's what we're going through right now. As I said, I've had the headaches building up for a week for today. And then all of a sudden today, nothing. The pressure is gone. So know that we can use this energy. We can use the pressure and we can use the release to help push things forward for ourselves and for others. When we go through this gateway, we are going to leave behind those things that we don't need anymore. Old beliefs, old ways of existence, old thought processes, anything that doesn't fit our golden template of light or the energy stream of unity consciousness, it's going to get left behind. And thank God for that. There are a lot of things that need to be left behind right now. The greed, the anger, the racism, the economic differences, all that needs to just go away so that we can be unified as one. Set your intentions. Lift your own vibrational frequency through prayer, through meditation, through any type of spiritual practice. Connect with your angels and your archangels, your guides, to help you move forward. Even though you go through this amazing, beautiful gateway, this portal of the archangels, it may not just open wide up and so that you can see everything at once. You may go through just baby steps, a little bit at a time. But remember that this is just like going up a staircase. If you keep going up the stairs, eventually you're going to reach a landing or the next floor. And that's what you need to do with this. When you go through this portal, you are demonstrating your intention to lift your own vibrational frequency up, to move forward, and to help the earth move forward. As we connect in this way, we are really connecting with Source in a profound way. When we step into that golden template, then we are blending the most divine of ourselves with our most human. So as we go through this, receive it with grace and a deep sense of appreciation for having the opportunity to do this. Not everyone is going to be able to. But just know that this is going to help open the union to yourself. It is going to help us, each one of us, become a bridge between heaven and earth. Archangels are going to be here to help us. We're going to get some extra ones around us, and they're going to help us so that we can fulfill this job and this destiny. They're going to help us move forward with it. And remember, this is why we incarnated here and now. This is what we're here for. So this is our time to step up and do it. So take some time to just meditate, create a sacred space, and see yourself going through that beautiful portal with all of the angels there. And just know that the more people who do this, the more who go and expand, the more we will be able to lift the earth. So that was such a wonderful and beautiful message that she was sharing. And, I just had to share it with you because it ties in so much with the work that I'm doing as well. Now, this is also a new moon, and that's all about new beginnings. So I got some info from my favorite astrologer, Kelly Rosano, because she always comes up with amazing insights about our new moon and our full moon, as well as, incredible charts. She reminds us that, new moons are all about new beginnings and that it's time to shed that old skin and release those things that are dying. Let go of those things that don't work. Move to higher ground and raise those vibrations. Now, is that not what we were just talking about from the previous message? It all fits in together beautifully. This new moon is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is about death and rebirth. It's about the cycle. So we have to look at, what are the things that we're wrapping up? What are we completing? And what are we going into? Are we going in to that angelic portal? Or are we going to hang out for a while? But Kelly tells us it's time for us to break through to the new you. Now, she says that Jupiter is empowering us to make some really positive changes in our lives. And like Pluto, he's helping us to make the changes for the better. She reminds us that all of the power, everything that we need, is inside us. It's all in our inner being, and that we need to reach deep down inside to access that power. This isn't just a surface fluff thing. We have to dive deep. We have to get into our higher selves. But she lets us know that this new moon and all of the energy that's around with it is about healing us. It's about healing our heart and our mind. She wants us to let go and to surrender the same things that were being told in the previous messages. Love you more than the need for something or someone else in your life. When was the last time that we really put ourselves first? She reminds us that we are great and powerful spiritual beings, and that actually we are heroes for being here, because this is the turning point of the ages. We came here to volunteer for this, and this is our time to do it and to step into that energy. She tells us that the Scorpio new moon message is to trust our instincts. Your mind can fool you. Your ears and eyes can fool you. So use your inner power and listen to that intuition.
This is OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hi, this is Sylvia Henderson, intuitive life coach and energy healer. Are you ready to elevate and rise way above your normal? Be sure to listen to my show, Intuitive Transformations, on OM Times Radio, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get the inspiration you need to transform your life.
Join Elliot Jollish, the business therapist, each Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Elliot Jollish Hour, as he interviews business experts on your behalf. And you're invited to email your business questions to questions@ecjgroup.com for answers, live, on air every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Elliot Jollish Hour. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OM Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OM Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
This is OTR-FM, part of the IOM radio network.
Back to Healing Light. We've been talking about the powerful 1111 portals and energies. And so I've given you information that I've gleaned from some other people as well as my own insights about them. And now we're going to talk about about the messages that I've received directly from the fifth element and the experience that I had this morning before I had access to all this other amazing information that I've shared with you. You know, every new moon is a time of great new beginnings, and it's an opportunity for us to create the next 30 days in any way that we choose to focus. Now, that's powerful. And in addition to that, this new moon is also a time of transformation of the soul. It's a transformation of the spirit and a transformation of the body. You know, 1111 days are a portal of energy that really helps set the stage of creating a doorway to walk through on a spiritual level. It's a time for self-mastery, for reaching new goals, setting powerful intentions, and it's a great time for stumbling on epiphanies. You know, the epiphanies can be through anything. They can be through meditation. It can be something that you read, even something you find on Facebook. It can be through setting some very powerful intentions. You know, it can be something you hear, and it can be something that you actually say yourself. You know, sometimes you'll be talking to somebody and all of a sudden something will just come out and you're like, wow, that was really powerful. This is a time for that to happen. This is really a time of some powerful awakenings for every one of us, as long as we are open to receiving. That's the catch. Now, all portal days are important. Okay, we have 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, you know, all the way up the line until we get to 12-12. But the 11-11 is two master numbers. It's really powerful. And it makes it a lot more powerful than all of the others. Now, I've been dabbling into numerology a bit, and so I was looking up the basic meaning for the master number 11. And here's what I got. Intuitive, creative, inspirational. It's an illuminator. It's a spiritual messenger. It helps us shine as bright as we possibly can. It uplifts humanity. It does have some nervous energy, which makes sense with all the buildup. It helps us to become visionaries and for us to experience revelations. Now, this is all exactly what we've talked about in the last 45 minutes. Everything that we've talked about comes under that energy of the master number 11. So what we need to do is to use these energies for our greatest advantage. Focus on what we want to create. Leave the details to the angels. You know, they can handle that because they've got the resources of the universe. Trust them with helping you out and listen to them. You know, the veil is very, very thin right now for every portal, but boy, today's has been something else. And this is the perfect time to receive additional information and much more powerful messages from Spirit. Now, I want to share with you what occurred to me this morning, what happened during a brief meditation. Now, I've told you before that all the information that we've talked about, I did not find out about until this afternoon, whenever I was doing research. Okay, so this morning, I woke up, was semi-conscious around 5 a.m. and had to go take the puppy out. So I did that, stumbled back to bed, and decided that, you know, it's quiet, still semi-dark outside, it's peaceful. This is going to be a perfect time for me to just kind of go into a little bit of a meditative state, just flow in that energy and see what happens. Well, since I was still half asleep, I guess, I was able to get into that theta state. You know, that's that deep state where basically your ego and your logical mind just kind of like disappear and you're almost all your higher self and intuitive. It's right before you drift off to sleep. Now, what I did ask for, I decided not to do anything that's guided or force any kind of meditation. But what I did ask was whether or not my crystalline body was fully activated. Now, as I said before, I thought that the whole crystalline body thing was going to be much later on down in our spiritual development, and certainly on my own. But last month, I was in Arkansas on 10/10 at the Crystal Skull Festival. So this was another energy portal. And it was amazing. There were people all over the world in this little teeny tiny festival in, a fairly decent sized town in Arkansas. But I mean, people had come from everywhere. And I was amazed. I ran into several people from Texas that I knew. And a couple of them and I were able to sneak away and talk about some things. And one woman who is just amazing and very, very connected with crystals, she said, well, you know why we're here. And I said, yeah, the Crystal Skull Festival, and I'm going to go dig, and I'm going to have a great time. And she said, no, our crystalline bodies are being activated this weekend. She said, you didn't know that. I was like, no. And I felt like, oh, gosh, obviously I missed something I was supposed to know about. And she said, oh, no, this is supposed to be happening because it's kicking off that weekend of 10/10. And it was going to be building up until today. So here I was, surrounded by mountains and crystal fields and grids during this activation. And even though people didn't really consciously know about this whole crystalline body activation, they just knew that they were coming from all over the world to go to this small festival in Arkansas. So I thought that was really amazing. Now, back to the meditation. I was there, I was relaxed, and I saw kind of like the portal, the archway, the gateway that we were being told about. And as I looked through it, I saw a lot of abstract images that were just kind of flashing before me, like a strobe light, except that everything was in black and gold, like a metallic gold. Now, I hadn't really seen anything like that before in any visualizations. And sometimes I'm very bad about wanting to try to analyze it during the process. But, I just committed to this. And I said, I'm just going to go with it and I'll figure it out later. And as I committed to it, the images kept flashing faster and faster and faster. And, when you watch sci-fi movies, and you see whenever they're going into warp speed, how everything just goes into this huge blur. Well, that's what it turned into, except that it wasn't a ship. It was my soul just taking off through the universe at these amazing speeds. Now, I knew I wasn't alone because I felt that I was completely surrounded by the angels. I never felt fear, never felt any anxiety. But things slowed down a bit, and there was an enormous flash of gold. And then everything went to black. And then about that time, I guess I drifted off to sleep. But I didn't have any dreams this time. But I felt this sense of connecting with that golden crystalline template that was described by Shanta, but I had never heard of it before. It was just something that I had experienced in this meditation. All I know is that it felt comfortable, it felt wonderful and relaxing and warm and peaceful. I felt like I just had all new energy and was just revitalized and had a restoration of health. I have fibromyalgia, so I wake up a lot of times in a decent amount of pain and a lot of stiffness. None of that today. As a matter of fact, none at all. No meds, nothing. I've had a lot to do today, but I've been able to tackle everything with energy and focus and get it all done and in time. I've been able to manifest additional clients and additional funds that I needed to cover some extra experiences that are coming up over the next month or two. And I mean, the day has been positively magical. That's the only way that I can explain it. And I didn't know about this template until much, much later. Now, one of the things that really kind of topped off my magical day was that I saw a wonderful quote by my dear friend, Radley Valentine. And Radley posted this on his Facebook page this afternoon. And I had to share it because it is so perfectly on point for today and the energies that have been flowing our way. Brad says, "My magical darlings, today is 11/11. It's a reminder to you that life is magic, that all the things that you deeply desire are meant to be yours. On this day, you were asked by the angels and the fairies and all of the magical beings to redirect your thoughts to that which you desire, to avoid all negative thinking, to only focus on the life that you were born to live and that you so richly desire. Join with me today and we'll all wish one another nothing but happiness, nothing but magic, nothing but love. Today, dream a little dream of you." And I'm going to join Rad in that and wishing you the very best. Thank you again for being with me. Next week, we're going to talk about toxic relationships and how to survive them. So thank you very much for being with us. This is Terry Van Horn with Healing Light. Namaste.